Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with ACC 2SRL Season 4, Round 10. Ignore the title, I don't know if it's updated, but we are here for the season finale of our fourth season. We have crowned a Silver Class champion in Tim Kroshwa. We've crowned a Pro Class champion in Alexander Karsten, and now the only thing we need to... well, the only... how do you say, standings that have to be decided. The only crowning yet to happen is the Constructors, and that is gonna be fought out today, or should I say tonight, not only because it's late in real life for most of us, but also because it is night here at Mount Panorama with 21 drivers and Triton and me in the commentary. How does being home feel?
It feels good, I think, even though I can't really see anything, but there's just something, there's something spectacular about, being in the mountains of Australia, seeing danger right in your eyes, because, wherever you go in Australia, you're probably in danger because there's probably some scorpion about to stab you or something,
Yeah.
so this feels eerily similar to that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's basically the same thing.
It's certainly true. I mean, what's the saying? Everything in Australia tries to kill you. If I look at
Mount Panorama.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at Adelaide and Mount Panorama, it's even true for racetracks. So.
I mean, Adelaide is just bumpy, I would say, but yeah.
But it tries to kill you. This is worse.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But it tries to kill you.
Worse, yeah.
Melbourne is actually the
Albert Park is.
Yeah, it's the.
I mean, it's going
track.
to now. Then Albert Park 2, which is gonna have. I think they're changing the layout for this year. It's going to probably be the one that kills you as well, because I think they're taking out like one of the corners. So.
Yeah, they're making it faster. Yeah. But.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I am as well. Might make overtaking possible, which is good.
Yeah, true.
A track where overtaking is certainly possible in parts, is Mount Panorama. Because if you look at the track map, you've got the huge back straight, you've got the semi-huge front straight after the start-finish straight, and then between you have the mountain section, which does very much not have any overtaking. So that is the closest to running single file you'll get on the calendar, no matter the pace differences. So that's certainly going to be interesting, and this will be a race of attrition, I guess. So we'll see who actually survives the most endurance race out of the 1 hour races to, well, in this season. The last season, it rained here, which was bad. Well, I mean, you enjoyed it, but you didn't have to drive, so your Ching Chong, your opinion is wrong. And so that was chaos. The season before that was my last win in ACC, where Karsten did manage to overtake me because his straight line speed was bad and Audi OP. And well, season 1 we didn't have Mount Panorama, so we've seen some good races here. They have been chaotic mainly, so that's what you're looking forward to tonight. But I mean, that's why 90% of people are here, aren't they? It's the carnage they seek.
Yes, the carnage.
So yeah.
Yeah, keeping an eye out on things here. Did Nico change cars? I think, yeah, he's in the Mercedes again. Okay.
Yes. It's the Evo this time, I think, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the Evo, yeah, I can tell. So, okay. Yeah, they added the new Mercedes a while back. So for this season, this is the first time, is Brabner running it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Brabner and him as actually Karsten. 59.8 or sub 2 minute time, which is insane around this track. So
yeah, it's really good. We had the same, I think, last season with reserve Mike Zor. I don't remember his real name, but Karsten wasn't around for that. I knew he was able to do 59s, but it's never a given that you're gonna actually extract that time in the 6 laps you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It is cold.
Quick note as well, actually. Before this, I was talking with everyone, and they told me that if Brabner and Olive are P2 and 3, then Maciejewski only has, and Karsten's P1, then Maciejewski only needs P9, and Polnath secures it. So
Yeah.
right now he's in P10. If it were to stay like that, I don't think this would be enough with the math. I think it would just they would just barely miss out. So
yeah,
a second ago he was P9. So
I wonder if the tiebreak is gonna come into play here, because Carsten certainly won more races than anyone in blue and gold dress racing. Even though, to their credit, they have won a race, and that was Mazzano, because the stewards did decide in the end to give Light Cruiser a penalty, so they changed the outcome of the race. Light Cruiser was demoted down to P2, and Antoine Olivet did actually take his maiden win there, which brings them closer to Polnath Racing and makes this challenge possible to an extent. 5 points are, it's possible to overcome them. Olivet right now looks like he is positioning himself well to back push up, who will probably be the one gunning for Carsten's win. He will try his best, but it's not gonna be easy, as we're gonna ride on board a little bit. I don't know if he's on a lap. I think he actually is. Yes, because the last one had outlap timings. So this should be his attempt at beating Alexander Carsten. And apparently he's already found a 10th in that first stage of the mountain as we approach the top of the hill. This is very much bravery. You need to carry so much speed. He can't make a mistake now because he couldn't be able to do another lap. There he goes down Skyline. I believe this corner is called over the top of the hill. He's up 3/10. This could challenge Carsten. He seems to be on pace today, does push. And now he's got first elbow to go here. And that will lead him onto the back straight. Don't make a mistake here, and you might be on for something, but he hits the wall, and the run into it wasn't good. So I think he is just gonna miss out, but the pace is there for now.
Yeah, he has. Does he have one more run? And if he didn't damage the car, he can go again. So, I don't think it's that much, because of course it was just a slight bonk, if anything.
Not damage, but it cost time. It cost time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. As he clocks the curb there a bit, but he does get onto the throttle. He's getting a very distant slipstream of anything from Van Hutting, but coming across the final corner here, jam the brakes, keep it wide, run wide a little bit to run on the exit, cross the line, and he barely improved.
Yeah, it's a 0.1. He improved by a 10th, and now he's got Ruben there, who himself is in P14, so Ruben won't move aside. So this might actually be the end for Brabner. He's gonna get some nice slipstream, but he's flashing his lights.
Watching him as well, but
would have needed to abandon that last lap because he saw Ruben, and it's definitely Ruben's right to stay where he is.
Yeah, he's in a lap, I think. Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
Not gonna move over.
Okay, yeah. This is where you call it. So yeah, you gotta back out there. Ooh, rip. I mean, that's just unfortunate timing for him. There's nothing wrong with what Van Hutting's doing if he is on a lap, and it does seem like he is on a lap. So yeah, that's it. It's pretty much there. So I don't think Brabner knows that he is on a lap. So he's probably really upset right now. And
he has to.
Understandably, but he should have known there. Yeah, because it's very obvious that he's trying to go on a hot lap right now, and he caught up to him.
He had all the information. He had all the information. He saw that Ruben was he saw that Ruben was starting a new lap ahead of him, and he knew that the gap behind him is 7/10.5. So the likelihood of getting beaten if you don't put in that 1/10 improvement wasn't that high. So I think it was a little bit of a misplayed, so to speak. Could have backed off and given Ruben some air, but he didn't, and now he's gonna start P2, but that might be enough. But Maciejewski is putting the pressure on, as he's currently running in P8, and he's up by a 10th on the back straight.
Yeah, so this is bad news for Blue and Gold Racing, but very good news for Polnath Racing. Because, as we said earlier, this would be enough if the order stays as this, because Brabner and Olivier are P2 and P3. This would be enough for the Constructors' Championship.
There goes Kubson. And
let's see what he can do now.
Yeah, over
P8
the line.
Stays P8.
Exactly. So,
but
also...
a good lap, regardless, I guess, because he's done everything he needs to. Yeah, Sam, Kimmy, and Nico all P5, 6, and 7. Those are good times from them as well, especially Nico, in the new Spec 2 chassis for his team there, of course, even though it's completely different. But yeah.
Well, we are going on a grid walk. I just need to get the standings on my second screen to make sure I've got the information. Maybe I'm able to spot some positions that are still to be fought over. Okay, we've got another pole position from Alexander Carsten, who has won 7 races, then P2, and then DNF'd, and now he puts the pressure on to make sure that he can secure the Constructors' Championship for Polnareff Racing. Then it is Blue and Gold Dress Racing, George Brabner, aka Push, in P2, ahead of his teammate, Antoine Olivet, who's in P3. Also, Dominic Illigner, who's 4th in the standings, is in P4 on the grid. They are ahead of Veldman, who is now last in the standings because he changed car, so it knocks him all the way down. Behind him is Christian Stricker in P6, then Samuel Chomley on a very nice looking livery. I like it. Looks a little funky. He is in P7, P8 in the championship, of course. Then Jakub Maciejewski, the other Polnareff Racing driver in the Bentley, in P8. He's gonna try his best to back his teammates' efforts up. He needs to make sure to finish this race. Then Lars Wetzik, who is a first-time reserve driver in the Bentley, in P9 ahead of Pavel Gajda, who is running in P10, 6th in the championship, has been tailing off a little bit recently. Then Marius Torres is 2nd in silver class in qualifying, and I think he's also 2nd in silver class in the standings. He's running in P11 ahead of Olli Stricker as a reserve driver in P12. Then we've got the 2 Trigon Racing cars, Smelt ahead of Light Cruiser. Jack Mills hasn't followed the call of his teammate to get a funky Audi livery. He is in P15. Then it is Gonzalo Fernandez in 16. Kennedy Chikeka for silver class, P17 out of Ryan Noppen. And then the reserves of Clara May and Bas Kessel. And rounding out the grid is Trigon Racing Academy driver Jos Meersman. And that's your grid for the last race of this season.
So since this, as we said, this is Mount Panorama, there are opportunities to overtake a couple places only, but you're not going to be doing that up the hill. So I also want to see how this formation lap goes, because there's no damage on the formation lap, right?
Oh, there is no. You ghost through other drivers, but you can damage your car if you hit the wall.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, people might want to be very slow up the hill there, because sometimes you can have a lapse of judgment, which might not be particularly good. So I think somebody spun out last time, didn't they, in Misano? Somebody spun on the formation lap.
I don't
and then started it. I think somebody spun, or it might have been F1 or something, I'm thinking, but I remember somebody started from the pit lane. Speaking of starting at the pit lane, Noppin's gone to the pits, so I think he messed up the fuel, so he's probably going to do the pit lane start. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I remember, I think earlier this season Van der Hutting did it, where he forgot to put fuel into the car for the full race, so he had to, he was like P7 on the grid or something, and he had to start all the way at the back, and he made his way up to P5, I think, or so.
Yeah, it was Nürburgring.
So,
was a good performance from him, but of course, unfortunate mistake there, and well, Noppen was towards the end, so it's not tragic, and you're gonna gain most of your positions by not getting into any trouble, and actually just starting from the pit lane means you're less likely to be in trouble, so this might actually be working in his favor, so
yeah, there are some tracks where starting from pit lane, especially in F1, I know, if you start in the pit lane, like in Baku, you're actually at a slight advantage, because depending on the category, especially on like F2, if you start in the pit lane, you're at a you're getting a pretty good like deal there, because there's going to be a lot of incidents in those feeder series races and stuff, so you just want to avoid it. But shoutouts to Mahavira Gunathan. Anyways.
What? Okay.
Well, yeah, no, I remember he started from the pit lane, and even though he was like 5 laps down, he finished P11 because he didn't crash. Oh. I mean, it didn't take much effort for that, but he didn't crash.
Did more than than some of the other drivers.
I'm pretty sure like half the grid. Yeah, I just said GG, but
goodbye.
In the feature, I think it was a feature race. Yeah, like a bunch of people DNF'd or something. And yeah, he just finished the race, so he finished P11, even though he was like some laps down.
I mean, that could
But that
happen.
proves your point.
Yeah, that could happen today, of course. It is Mount Panorama. It is gonna be an endurance race compressed into 1 hour. And it is gonna be about, well, the virtue of patience and survival skills. So, yeah, I mean, everyone needs to be as careful as they can. We've seen a week of racing at Monaco on the F1 game, and this is gonna be similar to that, but with more than 0 overtakes. Let's go.
Yes. I mean, was there? No, that wasn't an overtake in Tier 1 SLR, remember? I saw, and it did
There were
not
like
make
2.
the top 5. It did not make the top 5, and I was upset about that, but yeah, it was Mackinder on Danny, and it was a pretty solid overtake,
Yeah, it
but
was.
yeah, it did not make top 5, so
Justin also
this is
overtook. So we've got 2 overtakes in 1 full race. Anyways, enough Monaco bashing. We're here at Mount Panorama.
I like Monaco. It's just garbage for racing.
I
as well.
despise it.
Okay. I mean, it's fun to lap. It's fun to drive around.
I
so
guess.
It's challenging, but yeah. You're gonna make Tipsy upset as well if you say that, so, you know. And your opinion, all of our opinions are very much invalid compared to his. But yeah, you know.
Hey, Tipsy is leaning into the proposal of the 2SRL meetup at the Nordschleife. I see. We've gotten another one on board. So now
I already proposed the 2SRL boys meet up in Long Beach, but
yeah, no,
that's right by me. But yeah, no, yeah, it's not happening.
So we've got a race start to cover in well, the time it takes from here to get to the start-finish line, which is a few seconds, and then we gotta watch out for Alexander Karsten, George Brabner, and Antoine Olivier, maybe Illigner getting himself involved. The Mercedes are fighting the Bentley for the Constructors' Championship. Brabner looking to secure his P2 in the standings, looking likely with Ruben down the order, and now he needs to try and get Karsten into that turn 1, or at least get himself alongside so he can fight him towards turn 2. And how can he do that? Let's go into Helicam. He's a good bit behind Karsten actually, so I don't think it's gonna happen. For the last time of this season, we go green and Bathurst, and Brabner actually with a really good start. He's going to put himself alongside Karsten in turn 1. He brakes later. They're going to leave each other plenty of room, but Brabner gets it a little bit wrong, runs onto the curb, and now he's under threat from Olivier, but I don't think they're going to give each other too much trouble. Behind them, it's double fight with Illigner alongside Velt. Velt might get the jump here in the Mercedes. Behind them, it's Strick and Sam doing exactly the same thing here. Chris has got the nose ahead. Is Wow going to lose a position to Velt? Is he going to stick his nose in turn 2? What's going to happen? Wow takes oh yeah, Velt goes a little bit deep, so Velt down to P5 again. There goes Sam. Sam has taken Chris, and now Sam looks to take Nico as well. He doesn't, so Nico stays in P5. Sam P6, Chris P7. I think we've got a side-by-side moment going on here. Where's Maciejewski? And Maciejewski's behind Chris.
Oh, I think Karsten hit the wall there a little bit, but I think he got away with it. But that might have been very close for comfort there, as well as Brabner does.
That is a big hit, but I think it's still fine. You can already see they are pushing as if this was a one-lap sprint here on the first lap of this very much not sprint race. They are pushing the limits, and let's hope no one of them picked up some serious damage. Is everyone gonna go through the hill or over the hill unscathed? It looks fine so far. The car's going through nicely. I don't think we've got no deaths to bemoan yet. We're still 21 drivers, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, very clean. I saw in the background there. Nobody really getting into anything major, as I think Clara and Mearsman in the back are fighting it out, and Mearsman does get the move done there. So good job there. People in the back still having their fighting spirit as well. And we got, I think that's Mills. Yeah, I think that's Mills versus Ollie and Smelt there. All three of them fighting it out, as I think Mills trying to avoid the Mills no moment, but keeping it under control, thankfully. So we don't need that again, as actually he nearly goes onto the grass. So Mills is playing with fire here because he knows we're watching him. So we should probably just let him be.
Yeah, there's Ruben. This is not Mills, which means I don't get to feel bad about commentators' curse on Mills.
Yeah,
Ruben has
exactly.
gained some positions. I think he started in 14th alongside Smelt. Smelt has dropped some places, I think 2. And Ruben went the entirely different direction. He's up to P10, ahead of Wetzig and Torres. So now he's hunting for Guida. Up front, gap 7/10ths between Karsten and Brabner. But Brabner is tailing off a little bit. So Olivier is getting closer. Illigner is also still very much in hot pursuit of the top 3, so he might want to get himself involved in the podium fight this season.
Yeah, Illigner having some bad luck recently, I know, with the with some of the races getting caught up in some incidents, but trying to make a return to the podium, as you say, return back to the to the top 3 steps at least. But he's got to maneuver both Mercedes, who are both on their game at the moment, trying to just claim this constructor championship. But at the moment, Karsten
I've
does
got a
look...
first yellow. I don't know who it is though, because there is no way to see on.
Oh, that's Gaida. Oh, Gaida's off. Yeah, and rejoining.
Wait, is it Gaida or was it Maciejewski? No, it's Gaida.
It's
okay.
Gaida.
Okay, well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Maciejewski's
try
still
and
T8.
find out where that happened. I can't find. He's already off my timing. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, he just clipped the curb on the inside, goes off, and that
into the wall as well.
Yeah, it's a free position for Maciejewski, I think. So
I think Olivier, meanwhile, yes, sorry to interrupt. I think Olivier might be getting held up here by Brabner a little bit because he had a look, but Brabner is starting to fall off the back of Karsten, and Illigner is starting to pile on the pressure. So we'll have to see how this goes out for them. But yeah, right now Olivier does look a little bit racy, but he's not really alongside him yet anymore. But I don't know how bad the damage is to push his car, if he did get any. But he doesn't look to be, or it looks as though Karsten is resuming after 2 races of, I guess, 2 races where he did not or get the win. He's returning back to his ways of just pulling this gap and running away with it. But so far, we'll have to see what happens with Maciejewski, I think, if that's how it's going to stay. Because it might be down to him whether or not this constructors battle gets determined, or how this battle gets determined, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Carsten is doing what he needs to do, and if Brabner and Olivier can't beat him, then they just gotta hope for a few factors. Well, 2 of them are in their, you know, are their own doing, and that is staying on the track, keeping the cars in 2 and 3, and, well, or on the road, and then the second thing is not doing what... Oh, well, I was gonna say, defending from this guy, but then this guy decided to go very much off track. Wow, somehow saving that.
I don't know how he saved that car.
I'm actually gonna watch the onboard of that again, because that looked absolutely insane. Let's go cockpit cam. Oh, that is... Oh, well, he did really well too. Oh, what the?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
He had it caught, and then he lost it again, and then he caught it again. So
how? He was committed to that save. That is impressive. Okay, like okay, I don't think I would have caught that. I don't think a lot of people would have caught that. As Sam, no!
What happened to
what
Sam?
Happened there?
What? When? What? Replay? Yes? No?
What? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I didn't see.
I'm gonna look for something. What are you looking? What are we looking for? What happened?
Sam fell down the order there. I know a lot. I don't know if he...
This looks fine to me. I don't know what...
What happened? He was just he was P7, wasn't he?
I think I have... now you confused... Well, he's in the pits. So maybe he's...
Yes, I think something happened to him.
Okay, we didn't catch it in the replay, unfortunately.
As Ollie goes off the road a bit. So does Smelt. So does Mills. Oh, Mills, no!
Is it Mills? No. Is it actually Mills? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw like
okay,
3 people. I think Ollie went off the road, and then 3 people followed. I think he saved it though. He just lost some positions.
Yeah, he did.
Chikeka puts him out of it. Yeah, Chikeka puts him out of his misery there as well, a little bit more. But yeah, at least it's not fully the Mills no moment just yet. Just yet.
It's less Mills no. It's Mills. Don't do that, please. Thank you. So
yeah, Mills, come on, man.
Yeah, and that also puts, well, the Sam moment puts Maciejewski up into P7. Maciejewski throws it all away on the top of the hill, and they're gonna avoid him, so he gets to live on.
Oh no!
But he's got a mission to fight now because he's dropped down the order out of the top 9 where he needs to be to secure that pole now.
Oh, and Smelt! Ooh, tries to go around him and bonks the wall and then kills him. Oh no, Smelt!
Maciejewski, and it's all come apart for Polnareff.
That is massive.
Let's rewatch that. That is not the right car. Where is the right car? This is the right car.
Man.
Yeah, this is the right car. So Ruben goes past. Vetzig hits the wall on his way to avoid him.
There's nothing much he could have done there, unfortunately, for both of them. It's just a really poor place. So. Yeah, Smelt tries to just cook it too much. And then rejoin. That's. I'm sorry. That's clumsy. That's very clumsy.
It is. And that is so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's.
Nothing.
I mean, no more contact between Chikeka and Maciejewski. This has just gone downhill. Oh no!
What just happened? I'm gonna rewatch it. They're running side by side.
Side by side. Yeah, and Chikeka clouts the curb, and they both just. No, Maciejewski. Just.
Well, that's it for Polnareff, unless something happens to blue and gold, and it's also it for all of the braking boards.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's out, and so that's it. If it stays like this, then they have just lost. They've just lost the constructors from that. So that's not. I mean, that's not really Maciejewski's fault there. To be honest, I mean, neither of those were.
He did the first.
I mean, the first one.
The
first one was his own fault. He spun out on his own. Yeah, there, which is unfortunate. And then the second two were just like.
Yeah,
a result of that, but still not his fault. Yeah, just people just trying their best to get around it, and yeah. So now all these two have to do is just stay put, and they can win this. So they don't. It doesn't matter if Karsten wins this or not. Now they just have to stay put. Illigner is starting to catch back up after that ridiculous save, and he's on the back of Olive, who is starting to fall off push. So he's not looking to replicate that speed he had earlier, as we've lost 2 drivers now, or 3 drivers actually. So Clara, Maciejewski, and I think somebody else is out.
Vetzig still Vetzig is actually still going, even though he clouted the wall so hard.
Yeah, he still seems to be fine. Van den Hutting, meanwhile, actually has made up like 7 positions.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Yeah, he is.
Oh, there goes Illigner, I think, on. Wait, well, Trump 23's round, but we've got Illigner. No, Illigner can't make it work. And that was Gonzalo Fernandez, who has had a moment up the hill. We're going to watch the replay. This is the replay, and he clouds the inside curb, and there goes the next car. Oh no, what's that? That's Mills, no! Is that Mills?
No!
It is. Yeah, that was Mills. So Mills being picked up by Gonzalez there. No, Gonzalo Fernandez. I have mate. This is a Iberia moment.
Timo Brown moment.
So the only thing that's concerning to Blue and Gold now is Illigner, I guess, and their own, their susceptibility to big mistakes that could put them out of this.
Trust no one, not even your own car.
Can we do the math quickly on the championship? Because I want to know where they would need to fall to still lose this. So
how many points?
Karsten so Karsten gets 25, which means they would have to score 30 and then get the tie break. So it's 31 points they need to get, and they get 20 from P2, and they get 16, so they would win by 6 points right now. They could afford to lose 5 points from here, and they'd still be fine, but if it's more than that, then they don't win.
Okay. So right now, they have a 5-second gap behind Illigner to Nico and Chris. So it's looking good for. I mean, these two are having a good race on their own. But Van den Hutting is charging and gonna be catching up to them soon. Is from the looks of it, judging by his pace. Because what is it? Last time out, these two were in the 2-minute 5s. Van den Hutting was in the 2-minute 3s. So he's catching like 2 seconds a lap on them. So. That's looking it's looking a bit odd or a bit sketchy there. As Nico, I think, did Nico make a bit of a mistake there?
He's under attack from Chris, and Chris goes. So well, they're still running side by side here. So can Chris actually carry this around the outside and the kink on the back straight? They are giving each other plenty of room, but at some point they will both have to turn in. How much room is there for both of them? Enough.
Ooh,
So it's
what
Chris.
A sweep.
Yeah, Chris sweeps it around the outside. That was the word that came to mind for me as well. Very accurate description as it takes
yeah,
P5.
great stuff there. So into the pits goes Mills, Fernandez, and I don't know if Fernandez is retired, but Mills is exiting the pits now. I don't know how to say the name. Vitzig? Vatzig?
That's
You
it.
can pronounce it better.
Vetzig.
Vetzig. Okay. Yeah, Vetzig exiting the pits. After, I think he had some repairs done. Sam as well, doing his very, very, very early undercut. So we'll see where that puts him. Vanden Hutting is starting to is still starting to close that gap. And yeah, Brabner, Olive is still under pressure from Illigner, so that's going to be the fight I think we're going to be keeping an eye out on for now. Whereas the rest is kind of gapped out behind Chris, Nico, and Vanden Hutting.
Oh, is that Illigner making another mistake? Clouds the wall multiple times. I think he's going to have a little bit of a long pit stop if he wants to repair the damage he's picked up continually over this race. He's just slowly chipping away at the chassis of his car, which is a very dangerous thing to do, because once you do it, once you actually put it in the wall, your race is basically done. So he's playing with fire here, but he can still hang on to Olive and Brabner a little bit at least. But, I mean, the gap is 1.8. No, wait, it's... I can't read. It's 0.4 seconds, so...
I can't read either, don't worry.
Yeah. I know you can.
Larson, nice to see a fellow Lars. Gonna support Vets from now on. Yeah, let's go, Larson! Yeah, so he's got a fan, that's good. As a car 38 off the road. Kessel, oh, that's Kessel, actually. Ooh, yeah, that might be big, yeah. So where is he?
Rewatch,
camera,
that's probably top of the hill. This is a replay. Yeah, we're just approaching the same corner at the top of the hill again, and I feel like I've seen this one before. And he actually loses it a little bit earlier than the others we've seen, but there it goes into the gravel.
Yeah, but he keeps it out of the wall, thankfully, as a guide up into the exiting the pits, I think. So early pit stops there as well for some other guys who may have picked up damage. We got yellows again. That's car 301. Who is that? Chikeka. Ooh, rip.
We're gonna watch the same incident 10,000 times here. As wait,
so
this is
yeah, now
else.
yeah.
No,
Also
it's
to
not.
note, yeah, Mills was already lap traffic there. I think that's who's that? Brabner. Guida's a lapped car with these guys here. So Olive and Illigner gonna have to pass him soon. He's getting the blue flags. We had a PSA earlier that it's gonna be difficult for the blue flags to work here because there's not really a place you can let somebody go in some of these spots. So Guida might not be able to move out of the way here, and Olive and Illigner are gonna have to follow him up the hill. So not really him holding them up. It's just that there's nothing he can do. So as he's playing with fire there as well, slowly but surely, like gonna have to find his way through. He'll probably go off here maybe to let them go, but no, he doesn't. But that's fine. Again, it's not really the best idea to go off the road to give that up.
Yeah, it's very bumpy there, so if you try and make space and you overcook it a little bit, as wow, hits the wall again. If you overcook it a little bit, then the bumpiness can throw you off, and you just rejoin the track at the other end without being able to break in between, and you might kill someone. So it's completely fine to wait till the end of this. They just lost a little bit of time to push here. Wow, we'll love to see that, of course, because it brings Antoine closer to him. And there's also the braking boards. They are now gone for spectators as well. I've read that in the changelog, and now we've seen it in action because they are dead from the Maciejewski incident earlier on. And that's going to make it a little bit harder for those drivers to judge the braking. They all have to, they either have to find an alternative reference or they have to do it by feel, which is not the most comfortable way to do it, but I think we didn't have a Bathurst race yet where the boards were not gone. Remembering last season, plenty of drivers died in the
somebody
kink.
went flying. Yeah, I remember somebody went flying off the kink. I think it was Mills. Or somebody. It was an Audi, I remember. So, if it was Mills, then that's, not, I don't want to say that's not surprising, but considering the Mills no effect. No, I didn't mean it like that because Mills is prone to that. I mean because he's a bad driver. It's just because it's a Mills no moment that we have to, we have to have. Unless it is the Nürburgring, of course, where you know, Mills actually had some decent luck for once. And that showed, I think, because I think he finished like P5.
I think he had some decent skill in that. Okay, that was not lucky.
Sure. Okay.
A. Bah. Support our boy Mills.
Mills, if you're watching this, I love you. I'm sorry. I was just messing around. I just have to get my my Mills no moment out of the way is all.
Yeah.
So
you're making them. You're trying to fabricate them, okay? Mills didn't do anything noteworthy, okay? Well, he got collected, or he collected Gonzalo. I keep calling him Gonzalez. Gonzalo Fernandez. It's tough for my non-Iberian brain. Or
kinda
Hispanic.
Cringe, not gonna lie. Kinda cringe.
You know how I am. I just realized that Ollie's team name is Ferrari Bad Lol.
Wait, what?
Simple but effective.
It's a simple spell, but quite effective.
Gets the message across nicely. Good work there. He's running in P9 behind Marius Torres, who's having a good time so far. Well, that is until now that I've jinxed him, but that will, of course, come into effect later. As Marius on his way into the pit lane, and so is Ollie. Beautiful camera work from whoever the hell manages this. Ah, there we go. It's a very interesting pit entry. It's like a triple chicane. It's a left, right, left, right, left, right. So it's basically the last sector of Vietnam, and yeah, you basically try to take it in a straight line, and then you have to brake in time for the line, of course. So yeah, those two are in the pits. Antoine Olivet and Illigna are fighting. Germany storming towards France reenactment, and they are up the Australian mountains here. But you can see, I think Illigna is faster, but his driving is a lot more spooky. I think he has a lot more shaky moments where the car gets all wiggly, and you want to close your eyes because you're scared of what you might see next. That is my experience watching this fight so far. Beautiful sparks coming out of the car from Olivet there, by the way. This game does look stunning in the night. You can see the sparks with a lot better contrast. What's the gap from Olivet to Brabner? Well, the gap between Karsten and Brabner is 10.3, but Olivet Brabner is 2.4, so Brabner isn't even checking out, which means with a good pit stop, I think Wow might have the pace to knock both of them down a spot, and in that case he would cost them 4 points? They would get... No, wait, instead of 20 and 16, they would get 16 and 13, which is 7 points less.
Oh no, Chikeka!
What's happened?
Okay, no, he's okay. He slammed the wall there a bit as I was filing through the positions to see what's going on. So should be okay though.
Yeah, what I'm trying to oh Mills, no! Oh Mills, no! Nice rejoin over there, buddy. I mean, I can't see any liveries, but just from that moment I could tell it was Mills. That was mean. I could see it was an Audi. The thing I was trying to get at with my little maths exercise there, if my calculations were correct earlier on, then wait, I'm doing them again. Yes, if Illigna finishes second ahead of Brabner and Olivet, Polnath Racing wins the championship by 1 point.
So that's if Illigna overtakes both.
If Illigna gets second and they finish third and fourth, then they lose the championship. This is, I think that's, apart from one of them binning it, I think it's the most likely scenario how this could still go in towards Polnath. But right now, I think Blue and Gold Dress are set. For everyone new in the chat, Blue and Gold Dress Racing, of course, are George Brabner and Antoine Olivet in the Mercedes, and they are fighting Polnath Racing, which is now just Karsten, because Maciejewski met his end about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think Marius. I'm keeping an eye on Silver Class as well. I know Silver Class is pretty much decided as well. Both. Oh my god. Okay, that's not very nice, Zong. Okay.
It would be funny though.
I mean, it would be pretty depressing. I don't want to see that happen.
Oh, I don't want it either, but it would be funny.
Also, Dragon is tempting fate here because he says that it seems as though Carson is going to win this race. I don't know. It looks pretty close to me. So it's only 12 seconds,
take.
guys. There's only a 12-second gap. Come on.
Hot take.
Yeah, we know.
Dragon, I've got one. Dragon, I've got one for you. Lewis Hamilton will win the 2021 season.
And just because he said that, Aston Martin will be the constructors champions and drivers champions. So let's go. It'll be Lance Stroll.
Lance Stroll, I was gonna say. I'm happy for him. Promising rookie.
Well, no, but it would be pretty dope if they have a very competitive car, because totally not biased there. But also because it would be very epic because Aston Martin is very cool. Because I may or may not be an Aston Martin simp. As it is,
I
but
am an Aston Martin sim for sure.
Oh yeah, I want that. I want that car. I wanted a shirt, and I was trying to get a hat this morning because today they dropped Uniqlo and Aston Martin both dropped their clothing things today, for the spring season, and yeah, Uniqlo sold out, and so did Aston Martin, and I am very upset because I woke up at 7 in the morning. I quite literally woke up at 7 in the morning to go onto the Uniqlo website, and they were sold out of everything. So. Yeah, because tennis clothes. So I'm upset, but also so I was like, okay, let's see if Aston Martin has the stuff, and yeah, the hats were all gone, and I am hollow. So, yeah, no, they just give me like
I mean,
that.
at least your wallet isn't as hollow as it would have been.
Oh yeah, no, my wallet's already hollow enough.
I know
I was
you're
willing
a
to do
student
another
in the
dent
US.
Well, no, it's not even just that. It's just because of my very gigantic collection of boxes of Lego in my. No, not Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. But anyways, more note to self: don't be a
third car. Oh well, that's Chikeka. He is in the. He's also out of the race. We're down to 17, of which Fernandez is still in the pit, so we're down to 16.
Brabner's into the pits now. First one of the front runners.
Yeah, doing the undercut. I mean, we've seen at the Nürburgring people going more for the overcut than for the undercut, and I feel like, I mean, maybe it's also because of traffic, because the top drivers have been pulling away so much that pitting and losing a minute and a half might actually get you into traffic. And if you're in traffic in Mount Panorama, how are you going to get past? It's a rhetorical question, you won't. So maybe that is a consideration that goes into doing the overcut here. Also, tire wear not as bad in the cold night conditions as it is in the hot sunlight. Are we actually reaching dawn here? I feel like it's getting lighter. Where's Brabner gonna come out? Let's actually have a look on that. Well, okay. This is the infamous Timo Braun camera moment where you watch a driver in the pits instead of actual driving cars. There we go. We exit the pit lane and we are in a big hole of clear air. As you can see on the map, there's still a train of cars going, and it reaches from P1 to P6, and then you've got the big hole to Kessel, Knopp and Meersmann, and then there is the drivers who crashed and have pitted, and between them is Brabner, so that is the situation for him right now. So Alexander Karsten leads, Antoine Olivet second, but it should be George Brabner here, of course. Then it is Dominic Illigna still putting the heat on blue and gold dress. Maybe with the pit stop situation, he could still swing this championship towards Polnath, but gonna be difficult nonetheless. And he's so close. I feel like he's getting held up. I'm surprised he didn't go for the undercut yet. Maybe he's actually confident he could make a move this time, because I think he's closer than ever here. Wow. Maybe he is able to take Olivet into turn 2 as Chris goes into the pits, Veld goes into the pits, and Ruben stays out. No, he doesn't. Ruben into the pits, so we've got a trio in the pit lane. Illigna and Olivet and Carsten actually for that matter are the outliers. They are still going with 32 minutes to go in this race. They are doing a shorter second stint, and we'll still get to see some of that thick Mercedes rear that WoW has been staring at for a good 30 minutes now. And I wonder how this is gonna go. It's gonna be really interesting. It requires... Well, it requires the... Oh, someone's out and it's... Who was that? He disconnected... That was the quickest disconnect I've ever seen. I can't even see who it was. I think it was... Oh, wait, was it Geider? No. Oh, it was Meersman. And it wasn't a disconnect, he just reset to the pit lane.
Oh, yeah. So, 16. Let's see where, Kimmy and Nico both pit at the same time. So, and Vandit hunting as well, so we'll see where's Brabner. Oh, he's well ahead of them, so...
Wait, I'm legally blind. I was looking at chat. Let's actually rewatch what just happened here, because I am legally blind. Why am I a commentator? We'll pretend we haven't seen this happen on screen and I haven't completely missed it. So this is WoW following Olive. And what is Olive doing? Oh, he goes deep. Incredible scenes. WoW actually goes for P2, which is net P3. So he's splitting the blue and gold dress cars now. And I didn't miss it on the first time.
Oh, so, yeah, Olive making quite a big mistake there, so it's down to Brabner now. So if Olive doesn't get him, as you said, it's they will not win this championship. So
wait, 31, Brabner's off on the hill! Brabner's off on the hill! I think Polnath is...
Oh no!
Blue and gold have bottled! Olive just died in the first elbow, and Brabner throws it away on the hill, and with that, if Iligna gets, keeps it together, he's certainly gonna be in P2 after the pit stops, which would put Polnath back into championship contention. All Carsten can do...
This is back.
Yeah, all Carsten can do is, well, pray for Iligna to do his job and look as he is, well, he's completely powerless in P1 up the road. And, I mean, there's worse positions to be in than in P1, but still not nice to have no power over the championship in the constructor standings. But Iligna now might be the hero to save the day for Carsten last second. So, yeah, I don't know, that came quickly. I mean, Brabner and Olive both making mistakes on the same lap, and now they are out of the championship winning position and need to get this man back. Oh boy. So, let's actually do the math. I want to make sure that I'm not wrong on this. So, Polnath have got 224 points. Carsten would get 25 now, so they would be at 249. And if Olive finishes third, he gets 16 points. If Brabner finishes P4, he gets 13 points, so it is 29 for them, which added onto their 219 would be 248, which is one less than Polnath Racing. So as it stands right now, I assume Iligna is gonna come out in P2, Olive P3, and Brabner in P4. If that was the case, then Polnath would lead the constructors by 1 point. They've got the tiebreaker, of course, but it doesn't really matter, of course, because they won't be even on points anytime soon. As Curbs starts Assetto Corsa, apparently he's had enough of the Competizione variant. I mean, understandable after what happened to him on the mountain and the time after. So this has turned into quite the exciting championship decider for the constructors. I think it's the first time in league racing I've ever commentated on an exciting constructors battle, and I like it. It's got more variables with the 4 drivers involved instead of the usual 2. For P2 in the championship, by the way, I am pretty sure that Brabner's gonna keep it. But of course, if he throws it off the road, that could change. I mean, again, he already threw it off the road. Actually, yeah. I just realized. I didn't even notice how much time he lost. He's actually behind Veld and Stricker, so...
yeah, he's lost a lot.
Yeah, not on my game today, wow. So he needs to gain 2 positions and it would still not be enough, so it is actually on Olive to beat Illigner and on Brabner to recover the few points that he can. And that will be a big mission. Right now, let's actually think. If Olive finishes second now and Brabner is 6th, what happens then? And it means that Brabner gets 10 points for P6. Olive gets 20, so they would be 30, and compared to... Yeah, that would mean... I mean, if Olive finishes second now, and Brabner finishes 6th, then they are even in the standings, and Polnath wins through a tiebreaker. So these are the scenarios. So as soon as Brabner makes up 1 position, and Olive gets second...
Illigner's into the pit, as well as Karsten.
Yeah, so not getting undercut by Olive here. And he has to hope for a clean pit stop. I wonder if he's gonna fix his damage.
Oh, Brabner again goes off the road! So...
What happened?
Oh dear, okay, yeah.
It's actually
he went off again, but...
we're on board. Oh yeah, okay, well that is a controlled run. That's probably a warning. But you can afford 3 of those in the race before having actual consequences. But yeah, he's not looking... too well in shape tonight. I mean, he's done really well in qualifying and now kind of not. But there goes Veld on Chris actually on the outside onto the back straight. We are approaching the braking zone. They've done this before and this time Veld gets the better of Chris, so he takes revenge for being overtaken about 20 minutes ago. Veld back up to P4. Good race from him in the AMG so far. Seems to like that car more than the Audi for sure. Plenty of Audi complaints this season, if you count in Team Fuki Wookie with Mills and Chumley. Then, you know, people didn't like the Audi, even though it was probably the most picked car on the grid. As 38 has thrown it off the road, and that is Bas Kessel on the mountain. Well, I think we're just gonna do it for the 100% crashes on stream, rewatching the replay on board with Bas Kessel as, this happens again. You can see how nervous the car is, and the guy behind him, I think it was Taurus, actually does a really good job of avoiding that whole mess. So Kessel drops down to P12. He's now just with Guy... No, that's actually Mills. He's to 13th, and Mills is behind him, so they're going to fight for P13. Taurus actually leads the silver class race here. Wetzig is doing solidly well in P9 there. A good bit off of Chumley, but not too bad at all for first time at Mount Panorama, or first time racing in 2SRL ACC. There goes Olive into the pit lane, and we're gonna see where he comes out in relation to Dominic Illigner, who is quite the way off of Karsten, so I wonder if he took repairs. In case he did, he'll have to fight if he wants to get P2, but right now he's on for another P3, which would match his season best finish from, well, Barcelona, Imola and Zandvoort. He's finished 3rd 3 times. He could make it a 4th time, or he could actually get a season best result, as I'm pretty sure we're hitting dawn here. It's getting less and less dark. You can actually see the liveries now, which is amazing. I love it. And there goes Olive on the outside. They're going to run side by side into turn 1. Illigner tucks into the slipstream, and he's been overcut by Antoine Olive. So Antoine Olive brings them back into championship position, but they're going to run side by side into turn 2. And can Illigner swing it around the outside? The Audi against the Mercedes.
On the brakes.
Oh dear, there's
Olive holding the inside line, forcing him near the wall, which is fair enough, and yeah, Illigner has to back out of that. Great job from Olive. Now this might be detrimental, this might be detrimental to Polnath Racing, but very beneficial to the blue and gold racing.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is, and now the thing that would bring them into championship winning position again is Brabner passing Chris. That is what needs to happen, or someone else. I mean, he just needs to pass someone, preferably without losing a position beforehand. So if he finishes 5th and Olive finishes 2nd, they win the Constructors.
Okay, so Olive done what he needs to do. Now let's see what Brabner can do. These two are he's 2 seconds off of them. I don't know if he's got damage or anything that might be slowing him, but it doesn't look like it. And we know how fast Push is. He's got 20 minutes to do this. That's plenty of time. And Van Hutting's behind 3 seconds, so he's got not much to worry about behind him for the time being. So he's just got to get his head down and pick up on these two, because they are fighting, so they might slow each other down a bit. And although they look very fast, Kimi and Nico, they can slow each other down by fighting aggressively. Even though these two have kind of just been playing it very safe with each other and not taking any risks, it might not matter. But we'll have to see how Olive does here.
Yeah.
Because Olive does get a poor run, actually. So now Illigner has the inside line. He's going to go down the inside of turn 1 here. And Olive trying to fight around the outside, but doesn't get it. So now that's back into contention. This is working out again for Polnath as Nico goes wide in the background. That might give Kimi a run. So it's starting to pick up here. And now, side by side, up to turn 2, approaching the hill. Let's see who's able to get the
mouse is passing. Then we see it. It's Veld on the inside to Chris. I couldn't show it for a second, but yeah, Veld defends it for another time. And now to everyone, to everyone who doesn't understand the championship situation yet, it is Polnath Racing with Karsten Maciejewski versus Olive and Brabner, and Olive and Brabner both need to gain 1 position and then they win the championship. So Illigna and Chris are the ones that are currently holding this for Karsten and Kubzon. The two of them are what separates blue and gold dress racing from the Constructors Championship, and I think the first ever championship without the drivers, the first ever Constructors Championship without the drivers champion, I believe. That should be true. I think it is.
I don't think so. Did Trigon win season 2?
Oh, they did, but Ruben didn't win. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Trigon won, so I'm wrong. Ooh.
Yeah, so it would be the second time. Yeah, because I know Sam was season 2 champion. But it was Kessel and Van Hutting for Trigon winning it in the Constructors. And I think season 3 was Nico and
yeah, Nico and Carsten in season 1. I remember, of course, it was Millers and me. So that it would be the second time, so I stand corrected in that. But Illigna is not able to check out from Olive. He is, of course, less invested in this fight than Olive is, because for him it's just about a good result. For Olive, it is about the Constructors Championship. It is the part that he has to play. He needs to hope that his teammate gets the job done, but he needs to do the job himself first, of course, before he can even think about putting responsibility on George. And the track is heated up actually by 2 degrees, so you can see that we're racing into the morning sun of Australia.
And that sun is going to be burning you if you go there, but just pointing it out. It's
virtual sun.
Yeah, the virtual sun is. You can feel the virtual heat, like when you're driving. That's the level of immersion. So
yeah, it gives me virtual vitamin D. The only vitamin D I get in lockdown. And you can see how close they're running through the walls. I'm gonna jinx it here and now. I'm sorry. I'm actually surprised how close to the wall they've been running all race without completely killing themselves yet. Of course, the Brabner bottle was quite that was quite a problem for them, and that is the only reason why they are not in the championship winning position anymore. That is the only reason why Olive needs to get the move done now. Otherwise, it would have been on Push to defend from Illigna. But the tables have turned, and this way it looks quite dire from them unless they can get a move on. How is Brabner doing in relationship to Stricker and Veld? Stricker and Veld still fighting with each other, but still Not enough. Even if the two of them were to kill each other and both be out, and Brabner was up to 4th, as I said, it would be a 1-point championship for Polnareff. They need to get Illigner, 100%, no matter what happens. The rest just makes it a little easier on them, but they need to get Illigner.
Yeah, so Olive, I don't know how if he knows that or not, but he's starting to lose out some ground because Illigner is looking much faster now, so...
Yeah, just
we'll have to see.
I just wonder if it's gonna push him into a mistake, but Illigner has actually done an absolute qualifying lap there, a 1.1. That is really, really insane race pace from him. That is, well, not even close to Carsten, who's casually done a 2-minute flat .2, but oh, what? Are you kidding me? Did his game crash? Because I just got a Steam message that...
Wait, who?
No, no, well, we're fine. He's still running, but I just got the Steam message that WoW started his game. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, he should have done that about 50 minutes ago and not now. Maybe start your game before the race and not, 45 minutes into the race. I guess Steam is having fun. So maybe he had a short disconnect, but nothing happened, which is very good, because we've had anticlimactic internet decisions, or netcode championship deciders before, looking at you, Suzuka Season 2. And I'm glad if we don't need to get it again, because now Illigner in solid P2. Yeah, Kubzon has come back to the unfamiliar side. Right now, Polnareff Racing leading the championship by, no, more than 1 point now, actually. It's 16 points for Olive and 10 for Brabner, so 26, which means 4 points. They are... Polnareff are up by 4 points right now.
Okay, so yeah, it is all, like you said, it's all depending on whether or not Illigner can, or if Olive can get Illigner, but from the looks of Illigner's pace, it doesn't seem as though that might be possible. And everything has happened. Anything that could have happened has happened to to everyone except Carsten, I should say, but I mean, to the team as a whole, Polnareff, with Maciejewski getting Maciejewski getting pretty much murdered there, yeah, unfortunately. And then Brabner making, or Olive and Brabner both, Olive making a minor mistake, if anything, and Brabner making a moderate mistake, but that all just, pretty much just coming together into one cohesive, just, full, or just all coming together and adding up to this. So this might have, ended up working out for Polnareff like a treat, despite what happened with Maciejewski. So yeah, Carsten is just kind of pretty much vibing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Carsten has got the gap to do the maths while driving to figure out the championship situation. And Mills and Kessler actually the closest fight on track right now is for P13, and I mean Mills.
I'm thinking as well. Yeah, sorry, to interrupt you. I'm thinking right now how different this could have been if Illigner did not save the car. Imagine if he didn't. Imagine if he didn't save the car. We would not be in this position. So the fact that he did save that car is going to probably be the reason why Carsten and Kubzon are going to be like hailing Illigner here. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're gonna be ruining it, Olive. But I mean, it's nothing. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, Illigner shouldn't have done it. If anything, this just makes it more interesting that he did, and also, I mean, it just shows the level of skill that Illigner has at this game. So it's very, very interesting to note. I must
say, I'm quite surprised by his performance. I mean, we're absolutely jinxing the crap out of him right now, and I'm sorry for that. Oh yeah, no,
we absolutely are.
But it's not my intention. I just need something to talk about, and right now I feel like it's worth talking about the fact that I mean, he was strong at the start of the season. He bagged 3 podiums in 4 races at the start, and then he's been tailing off. A little bit unlucky. He got killed in Laguna, for example, and stuff like that. So, not entirely in his control, but I felt like after that he's put his focus more on iRacing and tailed off in ACC, dropped out of that, or essentially dropped out of that championship fight for P2, and just lost... his sting a little bit, and was just like he kind of existed. He qualified P10 or something and then would get to P5, and that was a good race for him. But somehow, at the race where you would expect the blue and gold dress driving racing. I'm just randomly generating their team name at this point. The blue and gold dress racing team drivers. The track where you would expect them to practice the hardest because it is for the Constructors' Championship. Eligna just suddenly comes in and spoils the party, and even if this should still somehow swing into blue and gold dress racing's favor, and they win, he's at least put up a really good fight. So it's quite stunning to see that all of a sudden. I didn't see the signs for that, and Brabner seems to lack the pace a little bit right now. I mean, this is a confidence track, and he's thrown it off the road twice now, I believe, which means confidence, not so much, but you need the confidence over the mountain if you want to be able to go fast, and that's what he needs to do to catch Chris and Nico, who are still fighting over that P4, even though Nico seems to have the upper hand for now.
Yeah, Nico driving a fantastic race here. I think this is what he needs going into the next season as well. He's been saying how like he's not been doing as good as he wants to. He's been, not getting the results that he would be happy with. But P4 with this grid is a very solid result, and hopefully he can keep replicating these performances next season as well, because we know how good he is at this game, as well as Kimi looking pretty solid here in P5.
I was gonna say
the admin are admin, so bonus points for that. But I mean, that's also kind of cringe, because imagine being admin of ACC.
Yeah,
pretty cringe.
Yeah, I realized,
especially being co-admin.
I had a moment of self-reflection, so I stopped being admin.
Yeah, you knew what was right for you. Imagine taking on that role, though. Anyways, totally not calling.
Yeah, I mean, Chris. Chris has been doing really well last few races. I mean, at the start of the season, when he was still in that oddly colored Lamborghini, which was a very nice looking oddly colored Lamborghini. Don't get me wrong.
Just a Lamborghini.
Yellows for 36. That's Ollie. We jinxed the nice rejoin there, but Torres gets the position. So Torres up to P10. And
Ferrari is bad, confirmed.
Yeah, Ferrari bad, lol. Ferrari driver bad, lol. What?
Oh, lol. Carlos Sainz? No, I'm saying Carlos will do fine. I hope.
No, I forgot Vettel is not there anymore. Anyways, so...
okay, yeah, we'll see an Aston Martin, we'll see.
Yeah.
With an actual good car.
I'm looking forward to Lance Stroll's championship.
Oh, come on. Oh, okay, well, I mean, it's Lance Stroll. You can't diss Lance Stroll, come on.
Yeah,
that's uncomparable.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, to be fair, in real talk, we can. Our Stroll is a bit underrated in the sense. I mean, he was able to keep with Perez sometimes, who's a pretty good driver. So, especially in the beginning of the season, I will give him credit for that.
Also,
off topic.
In other news, Chris.
Yes.
I wanted to finish the sentence, but
I've
gone on 4 tangents, so I've forgotten where I was. But right at the start of the season.
Lambo bad.
At the start of the season, Lambo bad. In the middle of the season, Chris in Audi bad, and now at the end of the season, Chris good. So it's nice to see. I think he's done well. He's done well at Misano, hasn't he? And
yeah, it was Misano, I think.
Yeah. So we've seen him more in the top 5 recently.
Yeah. So confirmed, Chris, stay in Audi, yes.
Also, I think Iligna is probably getting P3 in the standings out of this, because he's outscoring Ruben by more than 6 points, and he's behind by 6 points. Ruben is definitely not getting Brabner though. What's the gap between? Yeah, Iligna would get 10 points on Brabner, so he would be 8 points behind Brabner after this. So it would be P3 for him in the standings. Olive would stay in P5. Gaida and Rupert would probably both be overtaken by Chumley in the end. So it would be P6 for Chumley. If my spontaneous math is correct, of course. That's 8 minutes to go. And Oliver looking solid, but not fast enough. So, I mean, the last hope is kind of going away, and I think now they would need the mistake from Iligna, and even if they got it, it wouldn't be enough, unless the mistake puts them behind Brabner. Then they would get it, of course. But Brabner hasn't been able to even get Chris so far. So, yeah, both of the drivers have a task at hand if they want to recover this championship this late into the race. But both of them haven't done it yet. They are, I mean, they're fighting against the time. Clock is ticking down on them. 8 seconds, 8 minutes, yeah, 8 seconds. Okay, 8 minutes remaining. Chris kicking up some dust. Why can't I talk today? This is bad. Some dust. And losing a lot of time to Brabner actually. So Brabner might be able to get himself ahead of the Luxembourg.
Oh dear, yeah, but not if he does that and runs onto the grass there a bit. But let's see what he can do now. He's starting to put the pace, or starting to turn it up a bit here.
Yeah, and Chris will feel the pressure. I mean, it's just, you know, if you feel the heat and you know you need to push, it is very easy to make some stupid mistakes and put yourself into the wall. I mean, that is sort of the characteristic of this track, but you need to be brave on the mountain to get close for the overtaking zone, and that means both of them will have to push as much as they can, as close to the wall as they can, without putting it into the wall, of course. If they want that P5, someone has bottled. Who is that? It is in the forest elbow. It is, well,
Ollie.
Yeah, okay, Ollie resets to track, so no
Ollie, no.
no hazard for Illigna and Olive, who were approaching the site of the crash. Let's actually see if we can catch the... No, we can't, because he's off the leader. No, there he is. Huh? Oh, it wasn't Ollie. Who was it? Sky? Mills?
Was it? Oh, was it Kessel?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Kessel, because he's 38.
Kessel. Yeah, it was probably Kessel then. Never mind. Amazing replay. So, we're down to 14 drivers, by the way. Who died? Points for everyone! Woo! Five minutes. Clock significantly ticking down. I think this is gonna be 29 or 30. No, probably. Is it gonna be 30 laps?
Let's see. How many are we at right now?
I wonder if anyone is gonna.
29. Or 28 or 29.
I wonder if anyone has. I mean, hear me out. Imagine if Carsten crosses the line with like 5 seconds to go or something, and then someone runs out of fuel.
Oh.
That would be funny.
I mean, I feel like Carson would probably just lift off there if he doesn't want to do them.
I don't think
He's got 29 seconds. If I were him, I'd just lift off. I wouldn't be bothered. I just want to end the race now. Because anything can happen in that extra lap. You know what I mean?
Back markers, lapse of concentration, everything.
Yeah, a game crash, something like that.
Wait, the 27th round, isn't that Val? No, it's not.
Mills, no!
Mills!
Oh no, what happened here? Olive's hit him!
Huh? Oh yeah, he has, so that is the end. We're gonna watch Helicam. Where's Mills? This is gonna be your Mills no moment. He is, off the road at the top of the hill, and there goes Olive. And Illigna avoids him just about, and oh, that is just overcooked. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Oy,
that is the championship. No. That is the championship over for Blue and Gold Dress Racing. And,
that... So unfortunate.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that's...
I need to mute, because I'm getting a phone call that may be important.
Well, good luck, whatever it is. Yeah, he pulls to the side, and that's the championship done. Because, no matter what happens now, that's it. So, and Veld is actually in the podium position now. That fight with Chris was more important than we thought at the time. And, I mean, now Brabner is just gonna try and do the honors, get themselves closer and closer to Polnareff Racing in the standings, but it's not gonna be enough with Antoine Olive effectively out of the race. He's parked the car. I've got a screen freeze. And yeah, he's in the pit lane. So That is a shocking way to end it, but at least it was exciting till the end, and that means Iligna, no pressure at all. Mills, not again! What have you done, my son? Why? Well, I mean, his car must be absolutely toast now, because he got hit so badly by Olive. This is a replay again, by the way. We're gonna investigate what happened to Mills. Oh, no! Well, yeah, that car didn't want to live anymore, so I can't blame Mills for that. That is not his fault. Back to real time. Well, not quite yet, but we're going there now. There we are. We're back live. This is Brabner versus Stricker for P4, the last remaining fight on track. And it is quite the close one as Brabner makes a mistake and overshoots that the second time we've seen him do that, and it's not a drive-through, which means that it's not. He hasn't picked up 2 more warnings while we weren't paying attention. You can see how much he's pushing, but the dreams are shattered for the Constructors' Championship of Blue and Gold Dress Racing. And well, in the end, what Iligna did didn't even determine it. It didn't even matter because of that Olive crash, but he was doing really well for that. So where's Karsten? Karsten is gonna do, yeah, it's gonna be 2 more laps here for these drivers. And Veld in touching range of a podium. I think his first podium of the season. When have I... help my memory here. When have I ever seen an ACC driver being unhappy with his car in 2SRL and then changing their car for Bathurst and getting their first podium of the season? When have I seen... I have no clue. Honestly, no idea. But Veld looks like he's doing exactly that. And it would be quite the nice story, and it would set himself up. He would set himself up well for next season, because I assume this means he's probably gonna pick Mercedes next season, if he finds a teammate, that is. But I'm sure there will be plenty of drivers who will like to get the Mercedes. Mills in chat says, Antoine, I'm so sorry, but I don't think it's Mills' fault. I mean, he spun, but that's like, I mean, that happens. It's heartbreaking though it's heartbreaking for the power duo of Brabner and Olive. Karsten, who's not getting any screen time today because he's too fast for the camera. I was gonna make a joke about that and then actually the camera just falls asleep. Yeah, he's not gonna take Triton's advice. I'm sure he'll do 1 last lap. This is gonna be the last lap of the season, of season 4, Alexander Karsten. Our champion will win this race, unless he bins it on the mountain now, and Iligna is gonna get a season best finish of a P2. Velden P3, I think Triton is back.
Yeah, I am back, sorry. Yeah, as we're doing this, I've been job hunting and I get like 2 calls, finally. So, yeah. Yeah, I was, I hope it works out, but yeah, we'll have to see, so. But yeah, last lap. That is very unfortunate for Olive, though. Right when I went off, just everything went all wrong, and it just so happened to be the Mills no moment.
Yeah, actually Mills no decides the championship, that's quite incredible.
That's quite, that's something, it's just something upsettingly, poetic about it.
It's true. We've come full circle.
But speaking of something else, is Nico now is going to benefit because he's I just realized it that he's P3, so that's good.
I thought you were gonna do something poetic about how he's changed his car at Bathurst and is gonna get a podium. Because I already made that comparison.
Oh, that too. Oh, there's also that, because the last time somebody did that, they ended up quitting and joining commentary. But hopefully Nico sticks to driving.
This guy.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a cringe. That's a cringe quitter thing to do. Quit for, especially to commentate ACC. Imagine doing that. Like, imagine doing that for several seasons. That'd be pretty funny, huh?
Well,
anyways.
Speaking of doing something for several seasons, winning, Alexander Karsten has got 3 corners to go here in Mount Panorama. He ends the season how he began it, with absolute domination. And he's also gonna get the Constructors for Polnuth Racing. 25 points, puts them to 249. And there he comes across the line, and his season is over. It's P1 for him, and then it's gonna be Dominic Illigner, who is on track behind Antoine Olivet, which is also poetic in its own right, but in a sad way. Olivet wanted to finish ahead of Illigner, but not a lap down.
But not like this.
I mean, this is sad now, but at least it will make Olivet. It might make him feel less bad about this. It didn't matter that he crashed out, because Brabner didn't manage to get Stricker. They would have both needed.
But that's just like salt to the wound as well for Olivet in terms of his like own just his results, especially after winning last week. That's not how he wants to close out the season.
Yeah, there is P2 for Illigner, the ill engineer, and Nico gets
Veldman,
his first podium
P3.
of the season. That is quite something. Helped by death, but when do you ever get a good result here that is not helped by death? It's Bathurst.
Ollie gets a 30-second stop and go at the end. Okay.
It doesn't matter. He's
Everyone's stopping here as we got donuts. Okay.
That's
so
actually...
Kimi doing. I like how they just stopped there and they're just vibing now. Okay. Kimi, no, the car.
Oh no! What am I doing? I'm a bad cameraman. Here we go. Okay. This is, I mean, these are the closing scenes. Brabner gets P5, so it's at 11 points. Yeah, it's 11 points for him, and how many for Olivet? It is 3 for Olivet, 11 and 3. They get 14 points. So that is by far not enough. That is 16 points off in the end. So they've been outscored by Polner. Then Van den Herding recovers to P6. Chumley is 7th. Wetzig on his first... or in his debut rather, is P8, then Marius Torres wins for silver class in P9, and if Ollie Stricker, then Ryan Noppen, who is second in silver, then Antoine Olivet, and Mills is last in silver class, and last in the road, but it's still third, and that has been the season. My god.
What a season. It may have been very straightforward in terms of, results from Karsten's end, becoming our first two-time champion here in ACC. But regardless, it just shows how insane he is. And again, as I've said, just all over the season that he has
the pace.
Yeah, he has the pace. Yeah, I'm
He's
just
got
reading
it all. And beating him
gave us the leftist, or gave us the leftist.
Oh, what am I doing? This is... I want to get on the passenger seat. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think that rounds out the season really nicely. That was genuinely really exciting, that fight for the constructors. So, yeah, thanks to everyone who joined us for this. Thanks to all of the drivers for the great season. Thanks to Triton for commentating alongside me and, of course, doing the admin work, and... him
Kimi
and Kimi
as well.
doing
a
brilliant
Kimi, making
job of the admin work in 9 out of 10 races, and that was a joke. I'm fine. I'm sorry. Now I feel bad because you didn't laugh. I'm a terrible human being.
I'm laughing now. Okay, I'm laughing now.
Okay. Well, thanks for everyone who drove. Thanks to the FIA team, of course, for their continued work, and to all of the viewers, and details for the future season will probably come out soon. I assume it's gonna be sometime this or next week in the ACC Season 4 info channel. That's gonna be renamed to Season 5 info channel. So, yeah, stick around for that, and thanks for everything. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.